What happens when you defang Tarkov, replace operators with waddling ducks, and keep just enough stress to make the extractions matter? You get Escape from Duckov, a top-down, single-player, PvE-only extraction game that's equal parts parody and serious systems. The hook is obvious: ducks with AKs. The surprise is how often the loop feels legit. The real question is whether trimming the genre's sharpest teeth creates an inclusive new lane. Or a grindy cul-de-sac. Quick context. Duckov launched October 16, 2025 on PC via Steam and Epic, with a Mac App Store version in the mix. Team Soda built it with Bilibili Publishing, small team, big swing. Price is friendly by modern standards, sub 20 in most regions. No multiplayer at all. The couch splits, no online squads. It's you, an isometric camera, a loyal dog as a safe box, and a jazzy soundtrack that refuses to panic even when you should. Let's talk feel, because this isn't a twin-stick shooter. Movement is WASD, but aiming is deliberate. You're placing a sight, not just swinging a stick. Headshots matter. Recoil, dispersion, and stamina matter. You'll mod weapons with a sensible set of sights, lasers, mags, and barrels that meaningfully change handling instead of drowning you in granular spreadsheet soup. One critic rebuilt their go-to Tarkov or AK-103 and shredded mallards like confetti. Another highlighted how readable ranges and fire patterns make fights punishing but fair. It's basic on the surface and crunchy underneath, exactly where a parody usually flops and Duckov holds strong. The loop is classic extraction with a twist. Prep in your hideout, pick a map, raid for loot, and get out. If you die, you can corpse run to recover your gear as long as you don't die again on the way. That safety valve shifts the genre's risk-reward from brutal punishment to managed tension. Some reviewers call it too relaxed for an extraction shooter, and they're not wrong. The dread is dialed down. Others argue it's the point, a gateway drug for players who love the decision puzzle but hate losing their entire stash to a bush camper. I lean towards smart compromise with a caveat. If adrenaline is your oxygen, this will feel like breathing through a straw. Reviews split cleanly along that line. Dual Shockers lands at a 7, praising the delicious soundscape, adorable Quack and Clack identity, and solid gun feel, while dragging the map readability, repetitive questing, and glacial progression. The critique is specific. Too many funneled corridors between decent POIs, not enough environmental storytelling to sell the world, and Tarkov style, to X in oddly specific ways, tasks that gate the story. They clocked 60-80 hours for the main run and quote 200 for full completion, more time than the novelty can carry. On the other side, Italy shows Duckov a lot of love. The game's machine hits 8.5, calling the design accessible but deep, with a top-down cone of vision that forces real spatial discipline. They praise the hideout as more than a menu, crafting, special ammo, teleports you manually unlock in each map, and upgrades that genuinely open options. It's PvE only and grind creeps in late, but the risk-reward stays compelling because runs teach you something even when you eat it. Every eye sits at an 8, specifically saluting the aim model, the day-night cycle that flips the threat level, the chained maps that unlock shortcut Souls style, and a fat arsenal that actually feels different shot to shot. Their knocks are practical. Some upgrades hinge on RNG drops like food, inventory management needs QOL love, and big one, no controller support right now. That controller point matters if you're couchcore. The devs have hinted it would require deep changes, and you feel why. This isn't just point stick, bullets go there. The mouse precision is part of the challenge. If you're padlocked, wait for a patch or a mod. The Steam Workshop already helps elsewhere, with community fixes for UI friction and even unofficial localizations. Risk tuning is where Duckov most obviously diverges from Tarkov DNA. Corpse recovery blunts the worst sting. PvE means the chaos curve is authored. There's still danger, more aggressive enemy types. Night patrols that will end your run if you get cute, but your biggest losses usually come from greed or a stamina misread, not a cheater with walls. Purists will call that sanitized. Players who want the chess without the screaming will call it bliss. Time cost is the sticking point. Dual Shockers, this should have been a 20-hour romp, isn't hyperbole if you need constant novelty to stay engaged. The quest structure borrows the same busy work Tarkov catches flack for, And without PvP entropy to spice the stew, fatigue can set in. That said, two other outlets reported near-flawless performance on mid-range rigs, and praised how much the hideout progression softens the grind by turning small victories into systemic upgrades. That loop, raid, extract, reinvest stays satisfying if you vibe with incremental mastery. A few quick wins to smooth your first hours. Treat the dog as your second life. Stash rare loot there as soon as you grab it. Play daylight runs until your gear and vision upgrades catch up. Then push nights for higher risk and better drops. Don't hoard materials forever. Teleports and ammo crafting pay dividends faster than raw stash growth. When you die, decide immediately if a corpse run is worth it. If the route back passes through a boss gate or a choke point, you barely cleared the first time, you're gambling your next hour. Sometimes the smartest extraction is back to the hideout empty-handed to retool. So is cozy extraction actually fun? Veteran games take. Yeah, if you calibrate your expectations. Escape from Duckov is not a sweatbox. It's a clever, legit single-player extraction riff with delightful presentation and enough mechanical backbone to hold up when the duck jokes fade. The price is right, performance is solid, and the workshop gives it legs. The cons are real. Late-game grind, repetitive tasks, RNG gates, no controller, and tension that plateaus if you crave PvP unpredictability. If you bounced off Tarkov's cruelty but loved the idea, this is your on-ramp. If you live for heart rate spikes and human mind games, you'll respect the craft and move on. If this kind of no BS deep dive is your thing, hitch a ride with Veteran Game and hit subscribe. And if you're nodding or fuming, toss a like so this take survives the algorithm. Final debate for the comments. Does removing PvP and full gear loss unlock extraction games for more players? Or does it gut the very thrill that makes the genre sing?